welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend, follow us on Twitter and IG. Oh my goodness. On the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé, Season 9, Episode 5, Breast Intention. Jamal, what did you think?
I mean, there's no one to root for, so I'm hating the show.
Oh my God. You came into the season with such great expectations.
I mean, we look at the couples as they lay right now. It's just like no, there's no one to really root for because either they have bad attitudes or they knowingly put them in bad situations. I mean, so um, I want to start honestly with Kara and Guillermo. So,
Mm-hmm.
like Kara's like driving along, they're going to I want to say it's her mother's house and
Yeah.
like Guillermo's gonna actually get to meet the brother and the uncle. And
Mm-hmm.
but the way she packaged her family are like some threatening Looney Tunes. And that's not the case. Like telling them you
Threatening
don't
to him.
yeah, threatening to him. You don't tell
Mm-hmm.
people like, oh, like my uncle Mike may threaten to beat you up. Like, what kind of like what? Why would he want to go meet someone like that? Like, are you serious? Like, she set him up and she put all that fear in his head for no reason. It was dumb. And it made no sense. There was no context to it. I'm like, yeah, you think you're funny and that's not funny, because she's not looking at it from he is, um, I guess you could say immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming to America. And you don't say things like that, like because you don't know what you don't know what his past experience has been, like what he's gone through, like maybe he's been mistreated by people of different races. You just don't know. You don't do that. You don't do that to someone. So, but they get there. Her mom seems really cool. The uncle's cool. The brother's
Mm-hmm.
cool. I'm like, why do that to him? You
Well,
know,
here's the thing. She's getting married to him. She's never introduced him to anyone in her family over video chat. The man
well,
you getting married to.
the mom. No, remember the mom met him once when she visited
Right.
Kara in Dominican. That's it though.
Okay. But the interaction that he's had with, say, as an example, the mom,
Hmm.
it probably was nice. And now all of a
Right.
sudden in the car over to her house, they won't beat you up.
Right.
Production, I blame production for this. I'm blaming production for everything because they're the ones who are putting into these idiots' heads to say this stupidity. Because this isn't the natural timeline of your supposed
And
relationship.
he was a private investigator,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the fact like he told him like, I've been stalking your social media, your Instagram. He's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I hope it's nice. And the uncle said like, no, it was good. Like and they
Mm-hmm.
like him. Like from what I've seen, we like him. We just hope he treats Kara well because he's on the young side, and like she doesn't have a father in her life anymore. So that's another big issue. That's why the uncle's so protective of her, like because he's like taking on like the more father figure role. So I think so far, I think it went as well as you could expect. Like, but what made me mad was her to put all that fear in his head if for it to turn out this well. I'm like, you don't put people in that position. It's not good.
Here's my thing. What irritated me was that last thing from the mom where she said she didn't think Guillermo could make money. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Immigrants built this country. An immigrant could get a job faster than an American citizen. Just
Right.
saying,
And then you should
calling
be
a
look
thing a thing.
in my thing. You should look at your daughter about making money because she's the one who brought him over here, knowing he can't work for at least 3 months. I'm going to need you. I'm going to need some of these parents to put the responsibility on their child, not the people they're bringing over here, because
Mm-hmm.
your kids know the rules of the visa process or the marriage process before they bring them over. So shut up.
And if they only got $6,000 in their savings, then mom, you're sponsoring his visa.
For real.
You're sponsoring it because she blows up balloons for a living and is training to be a real estate agent. what I hate I hate these people. Anyway, no, I hate the production company. At this
Right.
point, I hate the production company. Um Almost anyone here is an immigrant. Yes, thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Oh my God. Hi, Nisei. Hi, Stephen. Who else is here? Hello. Hello, loves. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you. Anything more on them?
Nope.
All right. Who's next?
Let's do Kobe and Emily.
No, can
So,
we save them for last? Can we save them for last? Because I had a lot of issues with them.
okay, who's next then?
let's let's
Oh,
let's
Patrick,
let's
Thais, Patrick and Thais.
Patrick. Okay, yes. Alrighty.
So it was kind of cool. Like, we got to see her, and she went
Mm-hmm.
to her grandmother's house. They had a conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
I like their dynamic. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
she's really like, we're gonna miss her. We get to see her
Mm-hmm.
her little sister. They're like, we're gonna miss you. And then the dad comes over, and the dad was like, so what's going on here? How long you gonna be
Mm-hmm.
going? When you coming back?
Mm-hmm.
What's your plans there? he was like the typical dad that had me
Mm-hmm.
cracking up. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
and we tell you like he doesn't know I'm moving to get married yet. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell him until it's right because he'll be really sad. She's like, he just thinks I'm traveling. He was questioning her. She's like, well, I have to go there to see if I like it. You might as well just tell me right now. Oh, and she's like, and yeah, he doesn't even like really like Patrick. Patrick thinks he's like, oh my god, your dad. How he's like, Patrick thinks my dad thinks he's really cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, my dad don't like him, so I'm not gonna tell him that. Thais had me roll with. I'm like, are you serious? And I do get the dad make a point. She's like, he hasn't really like I have no connection to Patrick. He doesn't really have any connection to me. We don't talk. There's no communication. I'm like, I can I can understand why you'd be upset about that because I do
Mm-hmm.
feel when you're marrying someone's daughter, and especially from another foreign country, the parents are going to have concern because they're not going to be near their child. Like you said, like as a parent, we have to have our children under our wing, and she's flying off, and that's a concern. And so Patrick really should, since you learn Portuguese, you should be able to talk to the dad on a more consistent basis. This is give him some reassurance so he knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick, oof, 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 sir. He's like, I got the nice outfit, got my haircut, a facial, got my back wax. I'm ready. I'm good. And then when I saw him go pick her up in the Tesla, I'm like, oh, douche.
And a beautiful bouquet of flowers and the
Right.
rolly. And he came up there. He did everything right.
I my thing with his is this, like here's the mistake he's made. This is the one mistake I see so far. He has not set clear boundaries with both Thais and his brother.
Hi, Ablavi.
That's Ava.
No, I think it's Ablavi. Look,
Oh,
look, yeah.
yeah.
Look
I
at
know. I
what
see.
it said.
I know. But does it make sense? So, like you need to set clear boundaries, but like what?
Mhm.
Shout out to Thais. Just don't mess with the bag though.
I had a problem with the Brazil segment. She said they live in a small town,
A small town, and they all live within the same neighborhood.
and her dad don't know, but everybody in the town know. I call BS on that. I call BS on that. He knows she going over there to get married.
I
I
call
think
B
he was asking all those questions to see if she's going to admit it.
right. I call BS because if you don't know why his camera's there, because you got signed a release to be on camera.
Mm-hmm. I, he knows that she's going, and honestly, when he had his confessional and he was crying, I was
I
like,
did not
save
believe
that
that.
for the novella, the
Right,
telenovela.
right. I was like,
Yes,
there was no need for all that.
it was a lot. It was a
I'm like,
lot.
oh god, no, 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 no. There was no need for that.
It was a
Zero.
lot.
None.
And then,
Her grandma was crying with no tears, but well, I digress.
oh, well, she's older. I'll give her grace.
Okay.
I'll give her grace. But then, did she say she was close to her dad or she wasn't?
She didn't really say. It was more like it's like she's closer to her grandmother.
Hmm. But yet, when you get up and you're in the car and the car is driving by itself, the first video you send to is to your daddy. Interesting. The person that you did not tell you were going to get married. And
Right.
I don't believe that Patrick, in going down to Brazil 14 times, has not spoken with her daddy.
Right. Especially if they live in the same neighborhood, the same small neighborhood.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That's your you think so it appears that the grandmother in this situation is the father's mother. You don't mean to tell me
Mm,
your grandmother knows but your dad doesn't know? Really? This
I
is
don't know.
this is what we going with?
I just didn't believe it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested enough to even laugh at it.
And
It was just dumb.
y'all have lunch together every day? Okay.
Yeah, they lost me after Patrick got the puppy dog. I was all in for the puppy dog,
Mhm.
cute little Pomeranian. But the rest of their scene, I was out. Two men live in that house, and it's so nice.
And clean.
Okay,
Mm.
do we have documents that his name is on the deed for that
Well,
house?
granted, granted, he could have got cleaning service to come in right before the show started.
Okay, okay. I'll table that for now. But yeah, this was a wasted segments for me. I don't care about Patrick or Thais. I do care about the Pomeranian, and that's
Mhm.
it. Oh Lord. Okay, so Ava Ablavi says the house looks rented to me.
Okay, if we're gonna call out Bilal for it, we have to call out Patrick for it. I'm just saying, seriously. If we gonna call out Jen Shaw's house, we have to call out everybody for that. Hey, we got to talk about it. If we gonna call out everybody, we got to call out everybody.
Hey
Hey,
Pearl, welcome,
Pearl.
welcome.
But you know what I mean? Like we're gonna
Yeah.
it looks rented. Like, it was too clean. It was everything's too much, and it played no really personal effects. Stuff like that. So Jen Shaw's house, Shaw Chalet, which we found out was rented. Then
Mm,
you have Bilal's house, it was completely staged and no real personal effect. Doesn't look lived in. Got call that, and now we
mm.
got Patrick's house, same situation. And the crispy that Tesla was spanking brand new.
But here's the thing though, since we're questioning things, I'm also questioning how he makes his money, because I know he says he $1,000 a day or something like that. Um, didn't he get busted for performance enhancing paraphernalia when he was doing for the Olympics?
Right, twice.
There's big money in that,
Yeah.
big money, because I know somebody who let's just say they ride around in real nice cars, people who proliferate in that
Hmm.
and pretend that they're trainers. Um,
Yeah.
I just saying. What? Hey, Susan. Um, she thinks he's a male escort. He doesn't
There's
look
big
that cute.
there's big money. There's big money in that.
Oh
But
no.
no, but you don't have to be cute. Some people just have a physical type, and
I
some
don't know.
people
If I'm paying for it, I want everything on my checklist.
some people don't. Some people it don't. It just don't matter.
Look, if I'm paying for it, I want everything. I want everything. And
But
you gotta tell me that I'm everything.
but
You gotta lie to me.
but I don't. when Bobby says male escort, I don't think she means for women. Yeah, she just said it. She just said it. She just said it. Bobby just
Oh,
said
well,
it.
then he's facing away or his feet are in front of his face. So then, yeah, it doesn't matter. A hole is a hole is a hole. Next. Who's next? Did you want to
But I
do
could, but I could see,
Shy?
but see,
Huh?
I could see him be more of. I could see, but see, Texas is a hotbed for bodybuilding, fitness competitors. So I could see it happening.
What? See what happening?
Like
The escorting
no,
or the distribution?
the distribution.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Yeah.
said, like it's a huge hotbed. You have where he lives. You have Dallas. Yeah, it's a hub.
Um,
It's a hub. A lot of people come from other countries to train. If they come from other countries, they're training either in Las Vegas, in the Dallas Fort Worth area, or in like Florida.
well,
That's where
remember
the
he's originally from Massachusetts, but he went down there to train.
yeah. hmm
Mm-hmm.
Like any kind of like weightlifting type
Mm-hmm.
thing. Those are the three spots people tend to gravitate to.
Mm. Okay. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Let's you want to do Bilal and Shida?
Let me find him. Hold on. Okay. Okay.
We
Excuse
didn't
me.
get to them this week, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
We got to meet her sister Judai.
Mm-hmm.
They said they missed her, and the kid conversation again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, I don't want to hear about the kid conversation again. Either I'll have the conversation or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, it's a deal breaker. Kids and money, deal breakers. You have to
Yeah.
have that. You have to have that hash out before you go into a wedding. Excuse me,
Uh,
because it's important. It's super important. Like you want to be a mom, and you don't want to marry someone who doesn't want to have children, and then you miss out on that, and you resent them. No, don't do it to yourself.
but shouldn't they have had that hashed out before she left the
Like
country?
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to have those conversations. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going trying to see her cry for three or four more episodes because y'all haven't had that conversation. And then I felt it was a little presumptuous of her to want the kids to call her mom. Hold
Mm-hmm.
up, but you haven't even got to the altar yet.
Yeah,
I need you to the altar and married and be together for at least a year before that word even comes up.
but especially considering that they don't call the mom's new husband like Uncle Daddy or nothing.
Yeah,
It's just like Bob,
right,
you know. And then you don't even want to do anything to interact with them because they wanted to go and play pool or something,
right.
snooker, and
And full fun.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't play games. Girl, you on the biggest game ever. It's called 90 Day Fiance.
And my thing is, how you tell us you want to be a mom and want to have children and not play games? How's that gonna work?
I don't know.
Just
Or is
saying.
it that you just don't play games with his kids?
Right.
But the kids saw it for what it was, and they were like, I don't think we're going to be calling you Umi, Mom, Mommy, Mom 2.0, bonus mom, nothing.
Nothing. You're gonna be shy to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know what? In most situations, you'll take your first name over "Hey you" or
Mm-hmm.
"That be over there."
I
Just
don't
saying.
think they'd be that disrespectful yet.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, you keep going down this road, that's what you might be devolved to.
Oh
Calm down.
Lord. But yeah, that was basically it for them. They were a
Yeah.
light week. So who else do we want to talk about? So there's Benny and Yvette left.
Oh, let's get to I want breakfast in bed.
Oh,
I'd have set that whole bed on fire. You can't be talking about some bullshit like that. Fuck out
oh
of here.
wait. What is the plaster that's on the back of his neck? It was irritating me their whole segment.
I had no clue. Didn't care. Um, dude, like here's my whole thing with
There's gonna
him.
be a
If
problem.
you were so in love with your mama, marry your mama.
Wait, hold on. Running Gray Wolf says that
Yep.
guy is controlling and selfish. He is rude and extremely selfish. He is not interested in having a child with her unless it's to control her. She should run back to her
Run,
country.
run
Wow.
quickly.
Wow. Running Gray Wolf don't like Bilal. All
Mm-mm.
right, so go ahead with Muhammad.
He was like dude, like everything is to his mother, his mother, his mother. His mother did everything
Mhm.
for him. Sir, if you love your mama so much, go back to Egypt and marry her. That's what you seem like you want. I think he really seeks out older women, and he's trying to find older women to take care of him.
Mhm.
Because he
Mhm.
said that he's like, I expect her to do the things that my mama do, and that's what it was. Then she has to go to work. I completely understand it, no problem. But then
Mhm.
he has to cook for himself. I'm like, okay, so you got to cook for yourself. He's like, this is not what I was expecting on my first date in America. I'm like she said, like somebody has to work to pay the bills because you can't work yet. So I gotta go.
And
Cool. I just
remember, she's not with like a spa or anything. She's an independent contractor. She works
Right.
on her own. So she is the only
Yeah.
income coming in, and she's added another grown mouth.
Correct.
Um,
So he made his eggs, almost burned down the house or leaving the stove on, but he caught it. Great job.
God,
And
not
then
great job. Are you serious? Great
he did,
job.
he didn't burn down the house. We good. We good. Like, step one, don't burn down the house. But he was trying to put that poor little bidet together. He just couldn't handle it. He just couldn't handle it. It worked his
But
nerves.
if you want to be the man of the house, like try and do something manly.
But see, I keep wondering in his culture, is it like the women just take care of all the house duties and the man
Mm-hmm.
works? So he's still in that mindset. Like I said, he found himself an older woman who he felt would take care of. Also, I want to know how old his mama is. Where's she at? I'm gonna need to meet Mama Muhammad because how much you want to bet that Eve is older than Muhammad's mama?
Oh, oh.
And so he makes his little eggs and stuff, and he sits down. It was cool. Then here's the thing I was worried about. Like she went to go get her son. She brings her son home. The son is very like enthralled with him. Like he's so cool, yada yada yada. And then the bomb drops. I'm gonna need you to babysit. Like, yep, this is what it was. This is what it was.
But did you notice that Muhammad and Theron sounded the same?
Yeah,
They sounded the same.
I think
And this boy,
Bobby
this
said it
man that
though.
she brought over,
Pearl
like
said it.
he can't even provide for himself. He can't make an egg, but you want him to take care of your special needs son? And then coming from the culture that he comes from, he said it best. I'm not here to do women's work.
Mhm.
Um,
Like Pearl
did
said,
you
he's
think
telling
this
people from
through,
the
Yvette?
teleprompter. She didn't think it through. We remember we talked about that when we first met them. Like we said of all these issues, we're like, how's this gonna work with him being at home with your son who's special needs? And you talk about how much of a struggle it is for you, the mother,
Mm-hmm.
who knows what to do.
Yep. And
And
I have a question. I have a question. Now, do you think that he couldn't put together the bidet thing because his reading of English isn't that good because he couldn't follow the instructions, right? Because if that's the case and he can't read English that well, is this child on any sort of medication that he needs to know what
but
pill to give
but
when?
no, but go back to the first when we first met them. She said she has to do something for her son 3 times a
The
day.
catheterization, the
Yes,
draining the bag. Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
He's not going
how
to
is
want to do that.
how's he going to do that? If he can't put together the day, if his English comprehension in terms of reading is that poor, how are you going? No. But when what took me out when she said, he knows I've been having trouble finding consistent childcare. I'm like, see, yep, there we go, there
She
we
was
go.
slick with it though. She hit it first day. Put the
Mhm.
food in front of him, let him take the first bite.
Right.
And then when he was feeling, oh, this is just like my mom, she hit him with the babysitting.
Yeah.
Okay, DSJ says they're playing each other, and I love to see it. Ava says, can we talk about the apartment? What apartment?
Oh, we're gonna get to Benny and Ari.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We haven't gotten there yet. Pearl says he has more special needs than her son. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Running Gray Wolf. If I were her, I'd have cameras all over that house. He could hurt her son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agree.
Avis Ablavi says, he killed me with, I can't wipe my butt. I need the toilet to do. Oh, Jesus.
Like that bidet is a huge thing for him. Like he
And
can't
it's
live
going to
without it.
become an even bigger, huger thing
Oh yes, as we
next
saw
week.
previews. Yeah.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all a mess. Y'all a mess.
Like, Running Gray Wolf again. Yeah, exactly. Her son needs someone medically trained. Her son could easily contract a urinary tract infection quite easily. And that's my whole thing with her. Something's not quite vibing with me on this one because she says she has problems finding consistent childcare. But typically, from the people I know who where both parents work full time and they have a medically special needs child, they can't use regular childcare. They have to go to like an agency to help them find someone who's trained to do it.
There's two options. She could get CNAs, certified nursing assistants, to come in and help, but you got to pay because they got a certification, right?
Right.
And they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Or I believe her son was in a program. Those also are not cheap because they're run with people who have certificates and medical certifications. So again, she's risking her son for the sake of her pocketbook. And if that's the case, don't waste the fucking money on a useless K1 visa for another emotionally handicapped individual that you are bringing into your household.
And here's my whole thing is though, and maybe I'm looking at this completely wrong, and you can tell me if I am. But why would you spend all this money to bring over someone you have to take care of for at least 6 months? We're gonna say 6 months, conservatively 6 months, who can't work nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of your special needs son. All that money you spent on this K1 visa BS, you could use for childcare for your son.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell I may be looking at this completely wrong, but that's just how I'm seeing it because now you've added an extra mouth to feed, someone else you have to take care of, in addition to your son. And you're talking about you're struggling with just your son, but you're gonna bring someone else to add to your burden. He cannot help you.
Pearl is so sweet. Pearl is the one person that can see this from another perspective, and she sees that Yvette is lonely. Bless your heart, Pearl.
Sorry, but I'm sure there are plenty of men where you live.
I thought he did. I'm not sure if it was reversed.
Right.
I don't know what's going on right now. But let's just say responsible for 10 years to eternity.
Right.
Somewhere in between there. But this is a mess. I
would say this, if she didn't have a child who needed special care, I wouldn't care. I would find this hilarious. But since there's a child who does have special needs involved, I can't sit back here and laugh because this is all wrong, in my opinion. This is all wrong. You don't, when you have a child, especially a special needs child, any child, but especially special needs, you don't bring in someone who cannot help you. Muhammad's not prepared to deal with you, let alone your child. And my whole thing is this: where is the dad in all this situation? I'm going to need the dad to come and jump in this.
Who has primary custody of this child?
I think they have 50-50. or
Not for long.
something to the effect. Is the
Not for
weekend
long.
50-50? I can't remember, but I'm gonna need the dad to step in on this one
This
because
will not end well.
he doesn't want dude. Like let's be honest. This is a man who did not feel he needed to get up and fix his own breakfast, his own eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You expect him to want to help with your child? Are you joking? No. And where is your posse? Where are your friends to knock some sense into you?
She not listening to them. Remember, she said at the luncheon, the boozy luncheon, she said she stopped listening to them a long time ago because they're not saying anything positive.
Pearl says, from what I understand, she only needs help in the afternoon till she gets home from work. Pearl, yes, but then she said she's all, sometimes it won't just be an afternoon. Sometimes it will be all day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the problem is.
Mm-hmm. And with his special needs, that's a lot of work for somebody
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't know.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't even trust him with taking care of my cat.
Cat,
I don't have a cat, but you
he
know
can
what I mean.
he can take care of my cactus. Good plan.
Mm-mm.
And so
It's
I just
just weird.
that's why I don't like this couple. It's because what she's doing, and he's because he's clearly stating what his what he expects. Clear, like clear.
Well, he said he didn't mind helping, but he has dreams and he's not a babysitter. That's female duties.
Yep.
Did you take into account his cultural background?
No. Dumb.
Yvette,
Running Grey Wolf with the knowledge he needs to go back to his country. He's looking for another mother. And then what happens if she gets pregnant with another child? Exactly.
wait, is she that young?
She's 48.
Oh, that's dust. Just speaking based on my fertility journey. Yeah, dust, 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 dust. Okay, but that was it with them. They should be exciting next week, though.
Right.
Um,
Bilal
Biniam,
and Biniam and Ariana.
yeah.
Okay. I never thought I would ever say this. But on in this situation, I'm team Ariana.
For what? Mini apartment?
What when she told her mama like how her mama set them up for the okie doke.
I'm team mama because mama
Mm-mm.
been paying for everything between Nairobi and Kathmandu for this girl for like different continents. Don't forget South America.
That's called her fault. But okay.
It is her fault, but I love it. You come back to the States. We did first, last, and security. We paid for the first month premium Wi-Fi. We hooked you up, girl. Premium cable. We hooked you up, girl. So next month you're gonna take over, right? Good on you.
But here's the whole thing though. Here's the whole thing though. The reason why I'm team Ariana in this. The reason why, because like like we can't really work. We can't really pay for anything.
She could
In,
work.
in her situation, in their situation, what can Ariana was a freelance writer? Come on now. So why not just get them the one bed? Why not just get them the one bedroom?
Be-
That's where I'm looking because the mother thought the two bedroom would be too small for them. I understand that, but at the end of the day, if you're not the one paying for it, you go the cheapest way possible.
Let me tell you, her mother was thinking in her established, we have a bank account, we good. My husband got a job, I got a job. We're established professionals, you know, respectable members of the community. And I can't have my daughter, who's brought home yet another immigrant and a baby this time, to be living in the hood.
Oh, so you think the mama did it for her reputation?
And to get back at Ari too.
Okay, I got
Because
you.
they know that they're gonna have to take Ari down to the doctor's office, the husband's practice, and she's gonna have to be answering telephones.
Right. And that's my whole thing. Like the first thing I would have done if I was Ariana, Dad, you need a receptionist?
They
First
can't
question.
move. Pearl, that
It's a
mama
one
signed
year,
a one
a
year
1 year
lease.
lease.
Oh my God.
But here's the thing, though. Like
Mess.
your dad is an established professional. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
he knows someone who can use a receptionist. I'm just
On
saying.
her, on something on social media, they said that she is his office manager.
See, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So
And
while
office
she's
managers,
answering phones and
and,
filing patient charts,
and
she could
office
be
managers make
writing
good money.
articles. Mm-hmm.
Office managers for doctors' offices make pretty good money, so you're fine now.
Yeah, but
That's
we know
why,
that he's not gonna pay her office manager money.
right? Exactly. And then, when I say I'm Team Arya, I'm only basing this on the storyline that they're presenting to me. When I know goodwill, they probably paid that upfront in cash and probably got a discount. They probably know the person who owns the building,
Mm-hmm.
like
And they want to keep her close because they said that she down the street.
mm, because their house is 5 minutes away. You see, 5 minutes that way, that's my house. That's our house. So
Mm-hmm.
most likely y'all know the people who own the building or your part owners of the building, and you got a nice discount on that apartment. Just saying. It's okay though. It's a cute storyline.
Well, it'll be interesting. Ariella, you got to start
When
hustling.
Debbie Rennie Grey Wolf is with you.
Oh, why did they need an expensive two-bedroom apartment? I think in a poor part of town, right? And not only that, they're thinking in that old-time mentality that the kids need to be in a separate room, whereas Caribbean, everybody pile in the bed together. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I, it's just weird the way how they pretend they want to give her independence by making her pay the rent, but yet you did everything for her. Why couldn't they stay
Right.
at your house until she go out and find an apartment? No, you still want to control her.
Right.
Part of this problem is not just Ariella accepting money from them. They give money in order to exert
Freely.
control too.
Right. Because remember, the reason why they chose that apartment because it's 5 minutes away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Under the guise like, oh, we just want to see the baby. We just want
Mm-mm.
to play with the baby. Mm-mm. You want to keep an eye on them.
But not only that, listen, why Ariella had to have a nanny in Ethiopia and she wasn't working? Like they don't trust Ariella with that baby.
Right. That's why they were trying to rush her back to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know good and well, and I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion. If for some reason Binyam couldn't have got to the United States, she would be living in that house with them, with the baby.
Yes, because you notice who always has the baby? Benny.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like Ariella, I hate to say this, but I need to see Ariella step up with that little boy. I really
Mm-hmm.
do. I don't know. It's Libby and Andre 2.0. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
But
right. So
we'll see. We'll see.
all right. Last but not least, we have Emily and Kobe. I mean, um, I was
I'm tired of
decent.
seeing her titties.
Yeah. I mean, is her breast her only storyline?
I think so. I think so. And being insensitive to her husband and being a bully.
Because it was funny. Well, here's the funny part to me. So I'm gonna go back to the dinner scene
Mm-hmm.
where the father was questioning, them about their future plans and finances. Sir, first of all, those of us who watch the show aren't stupid because based on her income, y'all have to sign on as like co-sponsors. So we're not going to sit
Mm-hmm.
here. We're not going to play stupid on this one. You trying to question about the finances just for TV? Shut up, because you knew you were co-sponsored, and y'all know he can't work for at least 6 months. So you trying to come out them about when they gonna be able to pay for stuff and this and that. Talk to your daughter about that.
Yep.
Get her right. Get
Mm-hmm.
her right. And you want to talk about how y'all don't want to be paying for everything. What's Madeline do? Cause she live there too. Her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And do Madeline got some kids we don't know about? You taking care of them?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Madeline at the house? I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't don't do that because y'all know the situation for what it is. And as a co-sponsor, you know she if your daughter can't do nothing, you responsible for him for 10 to eternity. So that's another thing I'm gonna need you to sit down. Y'all gonna be paying. You should need next time talk to your daughter and say, hey, next time you go on vacation, don't be get pregnant. Don't be getting pregnant by random. Use protection. So again, y'all give me recycle Kalani and Asuelu. I'm gonna need these women to be held accountable for going on vacation and sleeping with randoms and getting pregnant.
I didn't like the microaggressions in this episode from Emily or her parents. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like, if you good with flopping your titties out everywhere, great. I have nothing against breastfeeding. But the mere fact that he was stating his preference and making a suggestion to her, like, this is supposed to be the man that you marrying. Like, you couldn't understand. You just shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
And then told him, get in the kitchen and go and help your mama cook the food for his welcome dinner. Fuck you all the way to left field, Emily. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. And that's a 3-level house. They got a basement, five bedrooms, and only one bathroom. I know they fucking lying.
That's a lie.
I know they fucking lying. Mm-mm. Uh-uh.
5 bedroom, 1 bath. Get out of here.
And daddy coming up in there, I might have had to come up and get in the middle of it. Shut up.
Right.
Go and sweep out the driveway or something. Ain't it snowing? I don't know.
Exactly.
And the mother, I'm disappointed. You know what? I'm disappointed that you didn't get the dinner on the table fast enough. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Grandma came over and grandma was like, Emily, run the show. We all do what Emily say. No truer words were spoken.
Exactly.
Because daddy, you was a dumb fuck for
Yep.
signing off on that K1 visa co-sponsor. Because Emily told you so. And
Right.
and she's a nanny. So she whip out her titties all day long when she nannying for somebody else's kid. I'm just asking for a friend.
Maybe she's
Oh,
a milk. Maybe she's a milk nurse on the side. Wet nurse.
she would be making a lot of money if she was selling her breast milk online. People make a lot of money doing that.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. DSJ says Emily should start working at least 5 months before Kobe arrived, but she's lazy. She sure is.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Pearl, good point. Breastfeeding at 17 months is not common. He had a legitimate point.
Mhm. She said that she had trouble breastfeeding at the start. Your milk doesn't automatically come in. It
Mm-mm.
takes a little while for the lactation gland to kickstart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe anything that she say. She just like getting her own way. She's a spoiled child. And daddy, you will reap what you have sown. You created that monster. And now you got her big black man living in your basement, fucking her 10 ways to Sunday. And you listening by the air vent to hear it. I know you are.
A blobby. The parents thought she was catching an athlete. Yep.
Not out in China.
But I think what it was with her parents like, well, she likes black men. Okay, fine. Like, now probably, and this is I think they're kind of old school. Like, not our first choice, but whatever. It's the 2020s. We wouldn't. But I think she thought she might go to a Kansas City Chief game, a Kansas City Royal game. Maybe take a trip to St. Louis, catch her a baseball player. Mm-mm. He went
Instead,
to
she brought
China
him to the penitentiary.
twice,
Mhm.
and then went to China and got an underwear model. They were like, you know what? We expected more from you. We
What
were expecting at
underwear
least seven
model?
figures.
Please stop saying that. What underwear model was he in China? What? That
Yeah, that was
doesn't
confusing
make
to
sense
me.
to me. Somebody explain this to me, y'all, in the chat. Explain to me what underwear model was Kobe in China. I just want to know.
I,
Can
I,
someone send me some pictures
I
of the
mean,
Chinese JC Penney? I'm just asking for a friend. I don't know. The whole scene was disrespectful. The dad jumping in saying, well, no, Emily first saying that this is what we do in America, and the father saying the longer the better, and then the mother and the father saying, well, considering where he comes from, you know one would think that they would understand why, because babies swinging from African women titties in the
right.
jungle. Is that what you're trying to say? I was offended. I was offended. It just didn't make any sense to me.
No, that whole situation makes no sense. And the way these people be acting, I'm like, I'm gonna need y'all all to shut up about this whole. Like, I guess what my biggest complaint about this season as a whole are these parents saying the parents and the people bringing them over complaining about money. If
Hmm.
you couldn't afford it, you shouldn't have entered into this situation. That's just my personal opinion, because every situation except for Bilal and Shida, everyone has brought out money in some way. Be it
Hmm.
that the K1 was expensive, you can't work for a couple of months, yada yada yada. And then they're not on this episode. And Jabri, she has plans to open her own business, so she has a plan. So I'm not gonna count them either. But these rest of the ones, yeah, shut up. Mm-mm.
And then at the end, when they were in bed, he said he told her beforehand, get a bigger bed.
Mhm.
I find that Emily is doing everything possible to prevent him from forming a bond with his son. And that includes the extended breastfeeding, not letting him touch his child, and then physically putting the child between them in the bed and then kicking Kobe out of the bed. 17 months old, and the child could only fall asleep on your breast?
Right?
What?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Mm-mm.
So yeah, that's part the reasons I was the reason why I don't like this season at all.
Yeah, it is strange that everybody has, well, except Patrick. Patrick doesn't have financial issues.
Mhm.
And Bilal, like you said, everyone else seems to have an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
And these parents are. I understand the parents like you're. These parents. I think these parents are the worst. I won't say they're bad parents. I've said that the reason why I don't really like these parents is because you knowingly put yourself in a situation and then want to complain about it.
The
Like
parents
Ari's parents, the
sponsoring him.
right, the parent like Ariana's parents.
Hmm.
Y'all knew what the deal was. Y'all been funding her life her whole life. So why are you mad now? Are you mad that she got pregnant? Is that what it is? You was fine funding her lifestyle as long as it was just her, but now she brought a whole man, a whole baby into the situation. Now you have an issue, okay? And then Emily's parents, y'all signed a piece of paper, so you can't say you were duped. Shut up.
Hmm. Wait. Oh Lord, if he gives that child African discipline, he'll go to jail. Yes, the parents will be calling 911.
Right, for real. Talking about this black
But
man here.
he does
Here, okay.
have to make some sort of inroad to be a parent to that child. And I feel
Hmm.
not just Emily, but also her parents are preventing it.
Yeah, because they're always in between him and the baby.
They're not coming over. Like, I I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or if they realize what they're saying and how it's coming across to
I don't
others,
think they do. I don't think they do.
but I hope that they're looking at these shows and making adjustments quickly.
Hmm.
I hope as soon as Kobe gets that card, the green card, he got a job lined up and he's getting out of there with or without Emily.
But see, here's the thing though. Here's the problem. Where they live, there's not much opportunity. They have to
But
go
they can
somewhere
go
else.
2.5 miles, 2.5 hours down the road. Go back to that other big city. Not at least there was one black person there.
Right. They need to go. They would the closest big city. Let me check.
It was
I
where
think.
she picked him up
Well,
at the airport.
I think it's Wichita. Closest big.
Oh, he could get call center work in Wichita.
Yeah.
That's a big call center hub. Actually, he could get remote work out of Wichita. Wait.
Okay. So here's the closest big city to Salina, Kansas. It's
Okay, bro.
80. It's 81. It's 81 miles to Kansas to Wichita, and then the next biggest city outside of that is 145 miles to Lincoln, Nebraska. Then the next largest city is 164 miles to Kansas City, Missouri.
Where's the biggest Cameroonian, I hope I'm saying that right, population within the United States?
Let's see.
Yeah, that child does need a little it, I hate that they call that child wild. Didn't somebody throw out that child? He's so wild.
It says the
Mm.
largest Cameroonian American community exists in Maryland, particularly in Prince George's County and Montgomery County.
Kobe, move to Maryland. Move to Maryland. Leave Emily behind. Take your son and move
Yes.
to Maryland.
Hmm.
Kobe's gonna have a hard life because Emily is raising him like her man. We know Kobe ain't stay. Yep. Mm-hmm. She is putting that child between her and Kobe. She does not want to be near black people. She just wants to be
Right.
with one at a time, hopefully. Breastfeeding is not predominant in Africa, in my experience. Oh. Emily says proudly that she lets him be wild. That's because she wild. Her parents probably let her be wild because they gave up.
Right.
They didn't know how to control her.
Hmm.
Child. Too rich for them. $1,000. He'll find a way. He'll find a way. But like, look what he named. Memphis Hamza. He found his people out in Chicago and left.
Hmm.
Chicago's expensive. I just think that Kobe needs to find some familiarity
Yes.
so that he can get like a bit of footing and confidence. Because I feel like this gang up situation is kind of like got him off kilter. Because he said, I can't be fighting with you with your family around.
Right.
Because it's not one on one. And Hamza is cute. Oh my lord.
But yeah, for me that was the episode. I hate them all. This show sucks. Because it's just deep, and it's the now the parents are enabling and then complaining. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
don't do that.
It
There's
is.
only one person I root for, Shida. Team Shida.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hmm.
Because it's annoying. It's just blatant when people. I think as adults, when you put yourself into situations, it's your responsibility to look at all angles and go with the best decision possible. And these people are complaining about decisions that they knew about going in, and are complaining about money. Like, well, if you didn't have the money, you should never embark on this journey.
Hmm. I'm with you on this, Pearl. I feel sorry for Kobe. He's got no one in his corner, no family around, no friends. And
Hmm.
that's why I said, he needs to find community.
Agreed.
He needs to find community. And what's his name too? Benny. Benny needs to find community because he's been so coddled by his siblings. I feel like her family will railroad him.
For sure. They're
He,
already controlling. It's not going
he
to get
needs to
better.
find community just for a piece of normal. All you need is someone that can understand the background, the culture,
Hmm.
the way of thinking. That can do a lot for somebody when they immigrate to a new country. It is isolating unless you like when we immigrated here, it was just me and my mother. We came to her best friend and we lived with her. And rest her soul, she was everything. I feel bad for these people that come here and have to be in the States by themselves and surrounded by strangers who are saying these things to them, and a film crew watching them, filming them. And then all of us talking about how stupid and messy they are. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Mm-mm. He can find camaraderie at the barber shop. Which barber shop? With Bill and Fred? Okay. Ciao. This was a mess. All right. So, Dubai, Housewives of Dubai starts June 1st, which is a Wednesday. So I think they're going to be right after
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. So when they start, June 2nd will be a nice day for us. We'll have three shows.
Right?
I think this will be good. We'll have a Bravo Thursday.
Pretty
And
much.
hopefully we'll have a TLC Friday.
Yep.
Oh my god. The bedroom scene with the cameras was too much for me. Um when he before or after he got kicked out. Did you I watched Bling Empire last Friday. I did a binge. I liked it, but it wasn't as organic as the first season. I felt it was a bit forced. And poor what's her name? Cherie and Jesse, they got outed and they quit during the scene. They just disappeared because gossip came out about them. Oh, yes, and Family Chantel is coming back, and Seeking Sister Wives is coming back. So that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping we can do TLC Fridays and Housewife Thursdays. They did do Sharice dirty, but the one that I blame the most in it is Kane, because that was supposed to be his good friend.
Right.
Mm-mm. Before he got kicked out, I agree with you. I He told Emily that she needed to get a bigger bed. You have a he's tall, he's big, he's what is he? What do you call it? Husky. Um, they needed a bigger bed, and she needed to wean that child out of falling asleep on her breast at night. Sorry. Mm-mm-mm. Kane was super messy this season. I was bored. it again, it was different from the first season. The first season felt organic of Bling Empire.
Whoa, whoa,
Second
whoa, whoa.
season,
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm just reading. Wait a minute.
what?
Jesse and Crystal were married?
Yeah, and they had a family. He has kids, and they think that Cherie was seeing him because she was married too, and she
Wait,
thinks
wait.
that they got
Crystal?
together while he was.
Crystal, that's a Crystal on the show?
Crystal's not on the show.
Crystal's not on the show. Okay.
No, but that's Jesse's first wife that he has two older kids with. And they
Oh,
think that Cherie got together with him while he was married and might have even conceived Jador while they were still married. But she might have conceived that first baby while they were separated, but
right.
doing the settlement part.
Gotcha.
It's not convenient. It's
No.
messy. It's messy. But they secretly got married last September and ain't tell nobody because the divorce finally got finalized. Ah, Anthony knew what she was doing when she booked that hotel room the first night. And again, selfish Pearl. That was selfish. She was only thinking about herself. Because again, I go back to this. She should have brought that child with her and her sister or her mom to babysit in another room so that he could have seen it. But all she wanted to do was jump and ride on a dick
Mm-hmm.
and get her itch scratched. And then to take him back home and slap his hand away when he go to touch the child's foot. Get out of here. Get all the way out of here. She's a disgusting individual. I don't like what she's doing to Kobe. If he walked away now, I wouldn't be mad.
Oh,
Marilyn.
yep.
Marilyn. Anyway, I know you have to go back to work.
All right.
But this was a good. It was a decent episode because I was pissed.
Right. I felt something.
I had an emotion. It wasn't a great emotion. I'm mad at production because I can see through all their scams, and these people need to do better. That's it.
Much, much better.
Mm-hmm. So till next Friday,
Of
when we'll be
course.
back here for all of our housewives crap.
Yep.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. Jamal, you have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
I don't know. That's it. Any final thoughts?
No, this is at least we felt like you said. At least we felt something. I'll take that. I'll take that over being bored.
True, true.
I'll
All
take
right,
that over. Yeah.
y'all. So until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.